Murunga, the MP for Matungu, has been transferred to Lee Funeral Home in Nairobi. The transfer is per the request of the Parliamentary Service Commission, which will handle his burial. Now, Murunga died on Saturday night, shortly after he was discharged from the Aga Khan Hospital in Kisumu, where he was admitted due to hypertension and diabetes. Murunga collapsed in his house before he was taken to Matungu Sub-County Hospital and later succumbed at St. Mary's Hospital in Mumias. And we're now joined by our reporter, Willie Lusige. Lusige, good afternoon. Great to see you, though certainly not a good one from your end. Talk to us about what's happening. We understand his body is currently on its way to Lee Funeral Home. Lusige.
Yes, indeed, the body of the late Justus Murunga Makoha, who is the Member of Parliament for Matungu, is on the way to Nairobi Lee Funeral Hospital. As you have already stated, that was a request by the Parliamentary Service Commission because it is the one that will be in charge of his burial. But here at home is just a somber mood as people are now trying to come to terms that the Member of Parliament is no longer alive, especially that it was a short notice death because he was at Aga Khan Kisumu for 2 weeks and then on Thursday he was released or discharged. He came back home here where he was well and he had a number of meetings with his constituents, members of this region, and apart from that also he was just in his normal condition. But last night he collapsed on one of his staircases in his house and then he was rushed to Matungu Sub-County Hospital, but because of lack of oxygen then the hospital was not able to admit him. He was later transferred to St. Mary where he was confirmed dead. There has been a lot of speculation that maybe most probably he died because of COVID-19, but what has already been confirmed, he was sick in terms of diabetes and hypertension, and that issue to do with COVID-19 that can only be proven when the report will come out on what was indeed the cause of his death. A number of politicians have visited his homestead here, including the women rep of Kakamega County. Briefly, I'll speak to her in a few seconds. Maybe tell us why you guys here, what are the preparations underway? I know it's a sad moment for even all of you, and what do we expect, especially that now the members of this region are not aware of what will happen next?
First of all, the people of Kakamega have received the news of the sudden death of Mheshimiwa Murunga with a lot of sadness, because it was only last week that we heard that he had improved. I talked to him personally and he told me he was on his way to recovery. So it has really saddened us. But I want to thank the National Assembly for the quick response, for accepting to give the Honorable Murunga the befitting funeral that he deserves. So the body is on its way to Nairobi, and we are going to join a committee in Nairobi to make sure that Mheshimiwa gets the best funeral. And here at the home, we are actually emphasizing to the members of the public that Corona is not a joke. So we are really telling them to wear their masks and to keep social distance, because you find that down here in Mashinani, not many people are taking Corona seriously. So we are going to follow the strict measures. And right now in Kakamega County, we are sad. We have already lost 4 doctors. Dr. Alishula, Dr. Isi, Dr. Inyangala, and we are very sad.
And because of time, as you wind up, maybe have you agreed on the date of the burial, or is still along the process?
Right now, we have formed a committee which is going to sit in Parliament, and then we will decide the date of the burial, because they have taken over the burial arrangements, so together we shall decide.
Thank you so much. Because of time, I'll have to cut you short. And Grace, is also very important to highlight that there have been some news going on around on social media that also the mother to the late Justus Murunga has died, but that is not true. She's sick and she has been bedridden for a while, but I can confirm she's still alive. So people should avoid taking seriousness on the issues or the news that are going on social media, that also the mother to the late Member of Parliament has also died. She's alive, but she's still sickly and bedridden.
Indeed, Lusige, thank you so much even for clarifying there on the cause of his death. And of course, thanks Lusige, of course, our condolences to the people and his friends and of course family of the Matungu MP Justus Murunga, and a speedy recovery there to his mother. Thank you, Lusige, for that. Let's move on. Starehe MP Charles